a 2021 Ram 1500. Got approximately 74,000 miles on it. Today's video, I'm going to show you how to replace your upper control arm and ball joint. I'll show you in detail what it looks like and the noise that it has. I'm going to roll that into this video so you can hear what it sounds like when the upper ball joint goes bad. Here's the company I went with. In order to get the upper control arms, you got to get the 2-inch level kit. It comes as a set. You got the block for 2 inches and the 2 upper control arms. I'm not going to show you how to install the 2-inch leveling kit because you can find that in my other video. Today I'm just focusing on the upper control arm, which includes the ball joint. Okay, here we go. Here's how it comes. All packaged. I don't know what that is. There's your hardware. I'm going to show you what all these things go. Instruction manual. Gotta have the nice swag. Cotter pins. I'm going to show you all this in detail. Here's your leveling block. Like I said, I have a MotoFab leveling kit, which is a 2-inch block just like this. This looks like better quality. Solid billet aluminum. Never going to rust, never corrode. Like I said, I'm not installing these today. Just showing it to you because like I said, I have already the 2-inch level in there by MotoFab. So we'll leave that here. This is the main deal right here, what we got here. Here's your upper control arm. All your bushings already pressed in. There's your ball joint. Got your Zerk fitting, which the OEM doesn't have a fitting of grease. They're supposed to be lifetime grease. And I'm gonna show you how to put these on. The benefits of having this is because this is made for a 2-inch level. It's not the OEM spec, so you're gonna have more of a droop here. I'm gonna show it to you on the video. First thing you're gonna do is jack up your truck. You're gonna get a 7/8 socket. You're gonna come in here, take off your lug nuts. Come set those aside, grab your wheel, pop it off. Okay, now that you got your tire off, this is all we're focusing on today. You got a 21mm nut here. Here over on the bottom is a 10. So as you back this off, you're gonna make sure this ain't spinning. So most of the time with these type of setups, you're gonna get this loose a little bit and then it's all gonna start spinning as one unit. If that happens, you're gonna put a socket on this side. And if you have a ratcheting wrench, like I said, I'm using 13/16, this is, I should say. You're gonna pry it off while you're holding this steady. There we go. Like I said, if you have a ratcheting wrench, this will make it so much easier. Switched up to a ratchet. As long as the stud ain't moving, preferred way of popping it out. Turn it back in, a couple threads, 1, 2, 3, like so. And we're gonna hit it. This whole thing, when you take this off and after you hit it, it's gonna come towards you. So I have everything connected still down here, so you got nothing to worry about. I have a jack underneath just in case, but let it hang for free. Hit it here until you separate it. Okay, now you're gonna proceed to take off your nut. And like I said, prepare for the spindle to move forward once you get it off all the way, like so. Okay, nothing crazy, it didn't fall on the floor, it didn't hit you. That's what it looks like right there, okay? That's the hardest part right here of this job. You can see the ball joint has a lot of play in it, that's why it was squeaking. Now we're gonna focus on here. You have a 21mm nut back here, bolt going toward the back. You got a 21 here, goes toward the front, okay? These are captured nuts, so they're gonna spin until they have a tab on it. It's gonna hit the frame and that stays into place, so you don't have to worry about a wrench on the back side. Take these 2 bolts off and I'll show you the next step. I'm gonna get the big breaker bar on there. Don't worry about this inner liner, it moves with it. And we're gonna crack them loose. There we go. As you can see, the tab over here is moving in place, which is good. Watch. Once it hits the frame, it's gonna hold it and it's not gonna spin. And keep going until you get out your bolt. There we go. You can see the captured nut right here, better view. That falls out. Pull out your bolt. And we're gonna go to the front one, do the same. There you go. That's what a captured nut looks like. Hold on to your control arm, pull out your bolt. It was that easy. After you have your 2 bolts out, you got your ABS wire here, which is pressed into the side. You're gonna take it, pry it toward you, and that pops it out. Now you're free to take out your control arm, and this is what you're gonna end up with right here, okay? Still see the bushings got plenty of life in here. No wear. No wear here, no wear here. This is where you got all your play. That should not be clicking, shouldn't be making noises like that, okay? This was the good side. The bad side was the passenger side, which I'll show you later. Here's the ReadyLIFT. Being that we're working on the driver's side, you're gonna find the upper control arm that has this plugged plastic thing right here. And this designates going toward the back of the truck. So this is what we're gonna end up with right here, okay? Like I said, the plug thing is right here, goes toward the back. So this is how it goes into the truck. Like I said, here's your black plug right here, plastic plug. You'll line up your holes with your bolt, line it in, push it through, get your captured nut. Flat side goes in like so, okay? Just like that. Get it started with a couple threads. Go to the front, do the same thing. Like so. Flat side in. This one you could capture from down here and below. Okay, now we're gonna tighten this up, but we're gonna leave it loose. In a lot of videos where you see people put these in, they already torque it down. You don't wanna do that or you're gonna wear out your bushing inside. You want the weight of the vehicle sitting on the control arm before you torque these down to specs. Very important you don't tighten these or you're gonna diminish the life of these upper control rods. I've been a mechanic for many years. So I have a little bit of experience. Just like that, okay? Still moves. You still got a lot of play in it. We're gonna do that for the front. We're gonna come to the back. Same deal. There we go. Still loose. Okay. Still got play in here. Another thing to note, when you take the spindle off, you don't want to have a lot of stress on this brake line. So if you want, you could put a strap that goes from here around the spindle and to the front, and it will hold it from stretching this out too much, okay? As you can see, it's not under a lot of stress here, so we're good to go. Next step you're gonna do, take off your castle nut. Here's your spacer. Here's your castle nut, what it looks like up close. It's called a castle nut because it has these little divots all around. And those divots are gonna line up. You got a cotter pin that goes from the front to the back of the truck. It's a straight hole that goes right through your ball joint. You're gonna take your spindle, moving it around, line it up like so. Take your spacer, put the spacer on. Take your castle nut, catch that on. Like so. Now this here, we're gonna torque this down. And we're gonna torque this down to 65 foot-pounds. Tighten this down. Just snug, and then we're gonna get the torque wrench on there, 65 foot-pounds. There we go, 65 right there. Now you're gonna come over here, and you're gonna turn this nut a little bit more until you can get that cotter pin straight through. Okay, it goes right through the castle nut, through the ball joint, and out the back. There's one tab. Pull it down, like so. Next one, you're gonna push it opposite that way. Just like so. One goes this way. One goes back the other way, like so. Not a rocket science here. That just keeps this castle nut from backing off in the future. You're gonna get yourself a grease gun. You're gonna give it a couple pumps until this inflates a little bit. You're not gonna blow it out. You don't wanna overfill it, you don't wanna underfill it. Every time you do an oil change, you're gonna wanna check this to make sure this boot is not leaking. And you're gonna give it a couple more pumps. You want it always to be full, okay? Always check this every oil change. This ain't like the one that came with the truck that is lifetime supposedly. That's why it is wore out. But every oil change, check this, make sure it's properly lubricated. Okay, we got the grease in here. Like I said, 5-6 pumps, so this fills up. These are still loose on top, the upper control bolts. This was torqued down to 65 pounds. Right now, I'm gonna throw the tire back on, bolt everything back on. I'm gonna drop it so all the weight is remaining on the truck. After you have your tire mounted up, you're gonna take your torque ratchet and torque the upper control bolts, both rear and front, to 125 foot-pounds. What I forgot to show you is you're gonna take your ABS line with a plastic zip tie, you're gonna tie it around here, okay? You don't want this just flopping around in the breeze. And this one will have a little bracket where your original one came off like this, like that. It's not rocket science, this is not going anywhere. Like so. In the same location where it was originally. Like that. Tighten that up. If you want, you put one zip tie in the front of the rubber and one in the back. Come around here. Get the next one in. So it's nice, leveled, and secure. Here's a close-up of how I secured the ABS line. Down here, you have a little clip to clip it back into the brake line, and the ABS line becomes one. Boom. Okay, now everything is secure. Cut these two off. Do the next side, do the same exact thing. As you can see, solve the problem. No more squeaking sound. Upper control arm swapped out with the upper ball joint. Questions, comments, leave them below. I get back to everybody. Hope that video helped you. If it did, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, spread the word. Take care, fellas. Peace.